My brother and I were obsessed with World War II. He was my older brother, and we loved World War II. We loved it, loved it, loved it. It all started one night when my mother let us stay up late and watch Where Eagles Dare. Where Eagles Dare, the best movie ever made. It really is. It's the best movie ever made. Have you seen this movie? It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. You should see it. No, you should see this movie. It will change your life. You should watch it tonight. You should watch it right now. Stop watching this. Turn this off. Go to iTunes and rent Where Eagles Dare. It's only $2.99, not a lot of money, and it will change your life. It's an amazing movie. Amazing. It changed my life. It stars Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood. And this is when Clint Eastwood had that beautiful brown pompadour. It was like all this beautiful brown hair. You know, as he got older, his hair got flatter and flatter. But this is when he was really young and cute, and all that beautiful brown hair swooping up. And Richard Burton's got that great accent. Martha. That's from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, but it's the same accent. Martha. And they parachute behind German lines during World War II into Austria, snow-covered Austria, the Austrian Alps. They parachute behind German lines, and they blow up everything, and they kill millions of Germans. It's an amazing movie. And there's all these great German actors in it, and they all have these very precise German accents. They all talk like this, and they say things like, "This is outrageous." They never really lose their temper completely, but they're very controlled. But they do say, "This is outrageous." And so they've got these beautiful, beautiful German uniforms. Those beautiful black Gestapo uniforms with the skull on them. And those beautiful SS uniforms, those beautiful gray SS uniforms. And those beautiful, beautiful gray wool Wehrmacht uniforms with the stiff red collars and the red piping. These guys are hot. They're all so hot in their uniforms. Cute. And this is a problem. It's a big problem because, you know, the more you get obsessed with World War II, the more you watch the movies, the more you realize the Nazis are the best dressed. They really are. They're the best dressed. And what are you supposed to do about that? Because I was raised to respect people who dressed well. And the Nazis are really good dressers. They're really handsome. They have fresh haircuts. They always wear clean pressed uniforms. And the uniforms look hot. They look hot. It's a problem. Anyway, halfway through the movie, Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton get into the beautiful Nazi uniforms. And they go behind the German lines. And they start killing all these Germans. Oh my God. The music is incredible. We can do the music. We'll do the music together, okay? The music from the movie is amazing. We're going to do it together. Okay, so it's very simple. All you have to do is the snare drums. The snare drums sound like a machine gun. Think of a machine gun. Okay, the snare drums sound just like that, or similar. So you'll do the snare drums and I'll do the melody, okay? So let's rehearse. Every time I point at you, you're going to go, okay? You're going to do, you can do this at home on your own. It'll add to the experience. Okay, I'm going to point at you and you're going to go. Okay, let's practice it. I'm not going to make the sound. You're just going to make it at home on your own. Okay, here we go. Good. I'm sure that sounded really good. Okay, now I'm going to do the orchestra. I'm like Leonard Bernstein conducting this orchestra. I'm going to make all the other sounds. And every once in a while, I'm going to point at you and you're going to go. Okay, here we go. Bum, 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 bada bum. Bum, 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 bada bum. Bum, 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 bada bum. Great. Now, at the climax of this movie, it all takes place in the ski country, right? In snow country. And there's this gondola that goes up to this big castle. And Richard Burton ends up on top of the gondola, kicking a Nazi in the face. So now I'm Richard Burton. I'm on top of this gondola, kicking this Nazi in the face. I'm Richard Burton. Martha, kicking this Nazi in the face. Okay, good. Now, let's add the music to Richard Burton kicking the Nazi in the face in the snow country. Okay, here we go. And here's the music. Dun, 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 snare drum. Dun, 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 snare drum. Dun, 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 snare drum. Martha, keep the snares. Martha. Amazing. The most amazing movie ever made. Gondolas in the snow country. Nazis. Richard Burton, music. It's like a nightmare ski weekend in Squaw Valley. All this stuff happening, except that it's better than Squaw Valley because Nazis are getting killed all over the place. And we watched this movie. It was amazing. It took 2 nights to show because of all the commercials. This is the early 70s and it was all about the commercials. You had to have tons of commercials, but we didn't care. We loved it. We loved it. For us, it was 2 nights. It was like a religious experience. It was the first 2 Stations of the Cross, this movie, over 2 nights. It converted us to World War II. And I'll tell you why this was important. I was growing up in the suburbs. It was so boring. The suburbs were so, oh my God, they were so boring. So boring. There was nothing going on. I mean, my parents, they would go to cocktail parties and they were always dancing and having a good time, but we were always just stuck at home in the boring suburbs. But when we discovered World War II, it gave us something to think about, adventures to go on, things to read about, things to watch, things to talk about. And that was so important to my older brother and I, because I tell you, we did not have a good relationship. We had a lousy relationship, and I'll tell you why. It all gets back to the potato chip incident, this horrible incident from our childhood. My parents built this beautiful house. It was beautiful. It was huge and beautiful, and it had all these beautiful rooms. But there was a problem. You couldn't go in any of them. There was like this beautiful living room, but don't go in there. The living room is for guests. There was a beautiful dining room. Don't go in there. The dining room is where guests eat. Then there was this beautiful kitchen, but don't go in there. That's where we prepare food for guests. And there was a family room, but don't go in there. You can only go in there on Sundays when the family gathers to have cocktails. Where could you go? You could go upstairs, but you could just go up the stairs. You can't play on the stairs. The stairs were beautiful. They had this banister. We'd like to slide into the banister. Don't do that. The stairs are for guests. We could go up and down the stairs, but we couldn't hang out on the stairs. Upstairs, you could only go into your bedroom and the playroom. The playroom was fun, but there was a big rule. No eating in the playroom. No eating in the playroom. Well, what happened was the potato chip incident. This is a horrible incident in my family, and it broke my brother and I up. It separated us. You weren't supposed to eat in the playroom, but one day my parents discovered an empty bag of potato chips, a discarded bag of potato chips. Somebody had eaten in the playroom. It wasn't me. I was 7. I didn't, you gave me a rule and I followed the rule. I mean, if there was a rule, I was just like, jawohl. I did what I was told, right? I didn't know you could break a rule. Somebody said, don't eat potato chips. I would never eat potato chips. So they found this empty bag of potato chips. And they're like, who ate the potato chips? And they were like staring at us. And I was like, I mean, that was my response. I didn't know what to say. I was like, so I had no response. My older brother said, John did. John ate the potato chips. I was like, what? He was lying, but I didn't even know what a lie was. I didn't even know what to call what he was doing. I mean, suddenly there was like this rule that had been broken. I didn't know you could do that, and then somebody was lying. I didn't even know what the concept of lying was. So I was like, well, my father fell for the lie. He was an attorney. Of course, he fell for the lie. It was a convincing lie. My father believed in rhetoric. He believed in arguments. My brother had an argument. I had nothing. All I had was My mother was not so stupid. She was much more intuitive. She knew my older brother was lying. But the two of them couldn't agree on anything, my parents. So we both got in trouble. We both were grounded. And I was furious at my brother. I hated him. And he hated me because he knew that I was onto him. I hated him because he lied, and he hated me because I knew he lied. And from then on, we just punched each other. That was our whole relationship, was punching each other. We'd just punch each other. Every time we saw each other, we'd punch each other. If we were walking down the hall and we passed each other and we accidentally forgot to punch each other, we would U-turn and punch each other. But World War II and where eagles stare, suddenly it brought us back together. Suddenly we were bonded. We could talk about something. We could talk about the movies, the books, the battles, the adventure. It was so exciting, and it brought us back together. It rebonded me with my brother.